Here we go, finally live. Jeez, I've been playing with this for so long. Sorry, everyone. So, by the way, sorry about this noise. I have a 3D printer going on. We're gonna move that eventually, but for those who are new to the channel, I do these live streams every Sunday. I tried to do it an hour and 45 minutes ago, but I'm keying in what I want to do every single Sunday. I want to actually like I want to up my game, I guess, a little bit more, so I'm trying to figure out the time needed to do that, and I'm not doing a very good job. But just know every Sunday I do talk about projects that I'm interested in. I'm talking about the news that's going on. I talk about the markets that's going on. I just answer basic questions and answers. And I will be telling you guys all my trades every single Sunday as well. So I'm very upfront and open with all of that. So in fact, on that note, if you go to my Twitter account, just know the pinned tweet I have on my Twitter account, I actually post all of my trades on here and when I do them. So sometimes I'll post like, hey, I'm going home and I'm buying it. So I'll even post before I get it. I don't necessarily, I'm not trying to like pump and dump or any of that nonsense. I just, so I believe in the project and I invest in it, right? So I share all of that and my price points open with everybody. And the funny thing is I actually went through these last night, and not a single one of these I've lost money on. I don't know if I've lost. Not saying I'm pro skill, by the way. Don't. By the way, before I even go forward, let me address this. When you listen to people talk about projects and Bitcoin or whatever, just know you have to listen to everybody with a lens, right? Now, I'm going to do my best to be upfront with you and be honest and not try to manipulate or do anything shady whatsoever. But just know just because I truly believe in these projects doesn't mean they're going to be successful, right? So I would say anytime you're about to invest in anything, by the way, this isn't financial advice, I'm just some idiot on YouTube, right? But anytime you invest in anything, I would try to find two voices, right? Find the person that hates the project, that really knows what they're talking about. Find the person that loves the project that really knows what they're talking about, right? And find multiple of those people, right? Because, there's just a lot of nonsense going on. You just got to be careful. So I would say put a lens on me that I'm very, very bullish with the industry. I see Polkadot, the ecosystem growing. Hey, what's up? Welcome, man. I see the Polkadot, the ecosystem, doing very, very well, and the projects I'm investing in are very low market cap, and hey, half of them could end up not working out, right? So far, everything's been great, but it doesn't mean anything, right? So crypto is a very finicky space. So I have friends that ask what project should I invest in, and I'll tell them, and whether they do good or not, there's always a dip, right? And when that dip happens, whether it's the beginning or the middle or right, it seems like everybody's always like, I always throw money in, and then it crashes right when it happens, So, and then they take their money out, and it's like, well, of course you're always going to lose money that way, right? But, anyways, so that it just stresses me out. Just because I said something, I don't want to be held liable just because I'm investing in something. Like, I could be losing my money, and by the way, I can like mentally take a beating pretty good. A few days ago, I actually lost more money. I lost more money in one day than I made in all of 2017. I guess 2018 rather. At any rate, it was bad. But I didn't really care because the projects I invested in, I believed in, and they've all... Well, I mean, some of these projects I'm going to talk about, by the way, like they've 15x, something like that, and then it dropped 50%. So my 12x went to 6x, you know, so it's like, how can you be upset about that? Although it does upset me, and I need to work on that. But anyways, you can always follow my trades, and I'll post them on my Twitter. I'm trying to find a way that I can do everything like right when it happens and be open about it, and I kind of figured this is the best way. So first of all, I just want to say I do appreciate, I normally average like 124, 128, so my subscribers are moving up, so everyone who likes, subscribes, and all that sort of stuff, super appreciate it. On that note, by the way, I just launched a video yesterday talking about Uniswap. If you don't know what Uniswap is, I highly recommend you learn about it, because every single project I've done extremely well on. I've done well at other projects, but all of my extremely well projects I've done on have all been on Uniswap. So yeah, this is a tutorial of how you get money from your bank into Ethereum, and then take that Ethereum, put it on Uniswap, and make a Uniswap trade. And I hope I did it well enough, but when people ask how to do Uniswap on my friends, this is the video I show them. So once you learn how to use it, oh my gosh, it's so easy, right? It might be a little confusing in the beginning if you don't know how exchanges work, but or wallets or something like that. But yeah, so yeah, DOT is on Gecko. What does it take to get on the Gecko list? I have no idea, actually. I know with CoinMarketCap, which I don't go to anymore, you had to have 2 exchanges it was listed on, but you don't have to have that with Polkadot or with CoinGecko. But Polkadot just got listed on CoinGecko yesterday because it just launched yesterday. Now, I actually haven't invested in this project yet, because before it launched yesterday, it was on exchanges as like IOUs, kind of. Technically, people did hold DOT, but DOT wasn't released fully yet. So it fully got launched yesterday, and I haven't bought into it yet, just because, I don't know, I just figured it would end up crashing down or whatever. So I'm kind of waiting, and maybe tomorrow might be, you know, if it goes down to like $3 again, like I'm definitely going in, right? If it drops another 50 cents or something, but who knows? So, but yeah, Polkadot just launched. And for those of you who don't know what Polkadot is, this is a project I'm pretty much going to be talking about from now on. And I truly believe, again, put that lens on, you got to listen to me with a lens, right? I personally believe this is what's going to get me to my financial goals that I have set for me. So I believe the Polkadot ecosystem, and a lot of the reason why is, if you don't know what Polkadot is, I just found out they have a list. I've been finding out about these projects other ways, and they have a list right on their website, by the way. You can check out all the projects involved yourself. Just go to their website and go to, wait, where'd it go? Right here. Go to see all the teams, and you can see all the projects that they're investing in. But I'll be talking about a lot of these projects. I just found this list right before the stream, so I'm not even sure if all of them are on here or if I'm missing some. But and if you want to see kind of how crazy it is when it comes to researching these projects, so this was released a month ago. There has been more that have been launched since. So got to research these projects and how they're connected and who's doing what. And then also Gavin Woods, who created the Polkadot ecosystem, also created the Web3 Foundation. Why is there it is, Web3 Foundation. I'm like, am I looking at the right list? So you know, so it's kind of a nightmare to go through these projects and find the connections and whatnot. And I'm actually seeing, anyways. But Polkadot, for those who don't know, too much hype, I'm not going near it. Okay, so here's the hype, I guess. and it's okay if you don't want to go near it for sure. But the hype is justified because here's a major problem with crypto. And I have always thought, ever since I got into crypto, from day one, I saw this problem very, very clear. When somebody pointed out what crypto was many years ago, and it laid it out to me, Andreas Antonopoulos, by the way, if you have kind of, what kind is crypto? What's its... Google Andreas Antonopoulos, what is crypto? Crypto for beginners. He has like 4 or 5 videos that talk about crypto for beginners, but holy crap, they're amazing. But the first time I fully ended up realizing what Bitcoin was and what the blockchain was, and learned about it, I saw the problem very clearly that, one, transactions are crazy slow, so that has to increase in order for any adoption to happen. And then two, once it ended up scaling up, the fees got outrageously high, and the networks wouldn't talk with one another. So this isn't really the best example, but think about Bitcoin and Ethereum like this. All right. Again, this isn't really the best example, but maybe you can kind of see what I mean when I say this. So think about Bitcoin as Yahoo email, right? Or sorry, let's do a Gmail. And then Ethereum is Yahoo or Outlook or I don't know what, right? But anyways, they're different email addresses. So you can't send a Gmail email to at Yahoo email or whatever because they're different email addresses and they're different companies that got built separately, right? That doesn't make any sense. So obviously we can't do that. There's, we're able to send email addresses because of the invention of email, I guess. Again, this example sucks. But at any rate, the fact is that Bitcoin can't communicate with the Ethereum blockchain, and the Ethereum blockchain cannot communicate with the Bitcoin blockchain. Also, they can't communicate with the EOS blockchain, or the Tron blockchain, or the XRP blockchain, or the, Icon, or the... Bitcoin Cash or Ethereum, or Litecoin, right? All these independent blockchains that exist, you can't communicate with them, and that's a problem, right? So Polkadot essentially is laying out a layer where you can end up, hold on, let me move this. So you can end up building a layer where all these different blockchains can now connect into and communicate with each other. And so Polkadot is a company that doesn't fight against any other crypto companies, right? It's a new very much desired project, and what it helps with is interoperability, right? So you can actually communicate from blockchain to blockchain, and it's going to help with scalability. So it's going to be able to securely take what if Ethereum is able to do hey, how's it going? How's it going, drones? So so what if you're able to do 1,700 transactions when Ethereum 2.0 comes out? 1,700 transactions per second, right? Which still isn't nearly enough. You need to be in the... Ethereum has to be in the hundreds of thousands, even though like Visa is in they do like 18,000, 40,000 when they're high. They say they can do in the high 80s, 80,000 transactions per second. But Ethereum and blockchain and Bitcoin, they're not just doing payments. They're going to expand more than that, right? So it's going to be like an email. Every single time an email gets sent out, every single time you instant message somebody or whatever, right? Every time you're communicating cross-chain, every time you're doing something on the ecosystem like the internet, that's like a transactions, sort of thing, right? And so you're going to need to scale a lot higher eventually once the technology gets built out into the world, right? So it's going to help with scalability as well. So that's big, and it's going to help. And the scalability is going to help with fees. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but if you go to let's see, Uniswap high fees. if you guys ever use Uniswap, sometimes the fees are outrageous. Like $5 to $12 is very normal currently for a trade. And like, for example, you'll see things as high as, here's one for $17. And by the way, this isn't to do a trade. This is just to put Ethereum into the ecosystem, right? So this fee isn't to actually swap a trade. This is just to put Ethereum into the ecosystem, right? So fees can be crazy high, but people are doing it just because, you know, there's projects that are 15, 20, 100, you know, Xing, right? And I'll talk about some of those projects, you know, right now. And some of the projects I got lucky to get in early, and I am like pinching myself, like, dang it, why didn't you find this project 7 days earlier, right? But yeah, so, oh, and then here's the big thing about this as well. This has been being built for years, all right? This isn't just a brand new company, and that's why, by the way, it got thrown into the top 10 right when it launched, right? It got thrown into the top 10 because it's been being built for so long, and it has so many very, very well established partners, as well as the people who built Dot. Oh look, it's my alarm. It's my alarm to buy Fold. Hey, if you guys don't have Fold app, look in the description. I have a little link. $0, by the way. Download the app. You get 20,000 free satoshis. But you have this wait, hold on. Is my camera on? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. I need to pay attention to this more. But you have this like wheel, and you end up spinning the wheel. Wait, spin. Oh, I didn't get anything. I legitimately get something every single day. Probably 2 out of 3 days I actually earn crypto, and then the other day it's normally always like 2% off or 0.5% off or whatever off of the Max gift card or something. But that's like the first time I've ever lost. That's funny. Anyways, I have an alarm set. That way I always do it at the exact same time. But anyways, and a way to earn free Bitcoin, right? Anyways, back to this. So Gavin Woods, he is the guy behind this. And if you don't know who Gavin Woods is, I was building the thumbnail right before this. This is what took so long. By the way, I get more and more nervous every time I do live streams, and so I just like stare. I stare at the at my screen forever, and I'm like, all right, just click the button to live stream. Am I ready? Am I good? It's so dumb. So Gavin Woods is a co-founder of Ethereum. He also he's a creator of Solidity. He created a lot of tools. In fact, the ecosystem that is built to create tools on the Ethereum platform, he created the largest ecosystem for that. And there's much more that he has done as well. Like he is an overachiever for sure. Definitely an outside the box thinker, forward thinker as well. Some people don't like him for some reasons. I'm not going to go into that, but you can't deny his talent when it comes to his coding, his ability to get things done, to find the projects that need to get things done. So anyways, he's the one that created Polkaswap, and it wasn't to go against Ethereum, right? Hold on, let me pull my chat up again. It wasn't to go against Ethereum, it was to work with Ethereum and work with Bitcoin. And so like Chainlink is the first like big oracle, right? And now everyone's chasing after Chainlink and making their own Chainlinks. Like TRB, right? That's one of the projects I invested in a while back, and I'm still holding. There's a couple of them like Dai, Zap, right? There's a bunch of them that are competing. In fact, you can go. Maybe I should show you guys how to use CoinGecko. There's so much cool stuff you can find with CoinGecko. I really like it. But anyways, so yeah, that's Dot. So I would assume this is going to grow. Now it may end up dropping like another, maybe even like $1 billion market cap, right? And dropping 30% or 40% more from what it is right now. I don't know. But whatever it ends up doing, I think in a year it's going to be the price is going to be way, way, way higher. So once I find an entry I'm comfortable with, I will be putting money into this. By the way, they're listed on like a gazillion exchanges. Unfortunately, in the United States, right, you don't have that many options, right? I mean, you do, I guess, but I am on two of these exchanges, right? And this isn't Binance.com. This is US. This is Binance.com, right? So United States citizens can't do this without a VPN. And you gotta be careful with the VPN. What if you log in without that VPN, right? And then you do a transaction or something, you can get your funds taken away. It's too scary for me, right? So I stay away from the VPN thing when it comes to doing transactions on exchanges. But still, they're expected to go on Coinbase, and they probably will, just because they launched as a ready, fully developed, not fully, but almost fully developed ecosystem, right? There was no they've been working on this project forever. So, and when they launched Ethereum, Gavin Woods talked about this project was going to be built. He didn't say I'm building a project called Polkadot, but he said there's problems with the ecosystem that needs to get fixed, and then this is what Polkadot was. So he saw this when Ethereum was being built, right? So I'm a big fan of Polkadot, and then here's a bunch of projects again. You can click if you go to the very bottom and go to teams. That way you can do some research yourself. You can also follow, polkaproject.com. You can follow there's so many Polkadot profiles that are always listing partnerships and stuff. So it's nice because sometimes you'll find a partnership with a project, because a lot of these projects as well aren't listed. They don't have coins or anything because they're not that type of project, but they've been building these technologies for a very long time, and eventually they could end up coming out with a project with their technology. And since they're already adapted and part of the Polkadot ecosystem, it's not a project that'll be built for a couple of years, right? So I would follow some of these projects, some of these Twitter accounts as well if you're interested, but as well as Telegram, right? Their Telegram account is also very useful. But IoT of things will rule everything. Yeah, I believe that as well. I think that how IoT is going to be deployed and developed, I think is still very new, and we're still trying to figure that out. But there is a project I'm about to talk about that is going to be very IoT, robotics, smart city type of project. So, but anyway, so first project I want to talk about is Chainlink, and mainly it's because a lot of people are freaking out about the markets. By the way, I have a pretty thick skin. I made more money in 1 year and lost more money in 1 year than I ever have in my life, and now these losses, I've taken out profits and stuff that I'm comfortable, if, worst case scenario type of deals are I lose everything, I'm still okay. I don't invest all my money into crypto and I'll be devastated if I lose it and mortgage my house or any of that crazy stuff, right? Some people do that and do very well. I know a channel I follow every one of his videos. There's a few channels I do that with, but anyways, he did that, and I wouldn't recommend that, but who knows? You do you, I guess, but I'm just not that risky. But at any rate, people are freaking out about Chainlink's price. It was at like almost $20, and it dropped down to like $13. And to be honest, I thought the $13 range was going to be a pretty good range to float around. Maybe for a month, 2, 3, until it pumped back up, maybe a month and a half. I don't know. Chainlink's just weird. It does weird things that defy all the other coins in the market. Bitcoin will stay steady, and then Chainlink will pump crazy, and then Bitcoin will pump, and Chainlink will dump, and it's just funny. Although mainly when Bitcoin pumps, it's because all the coins that are dumping are putting their money in Bitcoin to get the pump, and geez, anyways, nightmare. all these robots are trading too, and just doesn't help. But at any rate, yeah, chainlink is the king. Okay, so these projects I'm going through, I've already talked about on my streams multiple times. Chainlink's one of them for many months, right? And so I'll just kind of zip through the projects I already hold, and these are long-term holds, right? And first, hey, let's talk about something bullish. Let's put a thick lens on this conversation really quick. And this is a very greedy, I'm gonna shoot for the moon and not care about anything else, and let's look at our dreams at the highest they could be type of situation. And yeah, put that lens on, and let's go very bullish for a second, and let's talk about how much room we have to grow in the market. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about gold, right? Gold value. Now, I believe Bitcoin will be the value of gold one day for sure, if not at least twice as much or 4 times as much. Here's the deal: gold is a store of value and it has some utility. Bitcoin currently is a good store of value historically, but very new and risky and not trustworthy because of that, it being new. And it doesn't have any, very, very little, if any, utility currently. So both gold wins currently. I get it. That being said, when Bitcoin, and I keep saying when, not if, because I truly believe in it, again, lens, when Bitcoin gets to the point where it can scale, where it expands outside of the use of just money, once we fix these problems we currently have that Polkadot is definitely helping with, then it'll have more use case, and then once it's actually going to solve transaction speeds, and once it's actually going to fix problems of countries in Venezuela that are crashing, and once people are able to set up companies that buy and sell in Bitcoin in all these different countries, and there's going to be a time where slowly Bitcoin will be integrated, I believe anyways, into the world. I don't think it's going to take over the world economy, but I think it's going to be like you have the USD, you have the euro, you have the peso, you have the Bitcoin, right? But anyways, so let's see the total value of gold today. So I think it'll be at least the price of gold, because it is a store of value, but it also has way more utility. So at least 2 times as much as gold once it fixes these problems. So when people say $1 million Bitcoin, just know this is what's behind that thinking. So will you give me a freaking $1 trillion number, dude, bruh? Gold market cap. So let's compare. Okay, 9 trillion. So $9 trillion is the current value of gold. So the reason why people think that Bitcoin has 11,000 is a lot of money, but you're looking at this in the wrong perspective. 11,000 is a lot of money, but if the total supply of Bitcoin, this is going to be a long stream, deal with it, just kidding. If the total supply of Bitcoin was more than 21 million, because in case you don't know, if you take the current price of Bitcoin, I hate this freaking history thing, there you go. So if you take the current price of Bitcoin, so it's 11,654.96, and we times it by the total supply, 21,000,000, that equals pretty much the market cap. Wait, did I do that right? Oh wait, sorry. There's 18. I'm dumb. We needed to times that by the actual circulating supply, which is 18,468 million. Oh my gosh, 18,468,968. So let's do that again. We're gonna take 11,654.96, and then we're gonna times it by 1,846,8,968. There we go, 215, 255, or whatever. So that's pretty much how you get the market cap. So what if you know, XRP, right? Or a lot of these coins have, you know, billions, right? So what if the total supply was 100? Let's just say if it was 1 billion, right? And then we times that. Well, wait, we're doing the math wrong. But what I mean is, if if the market cap, the circulating supply, was a lot higher, then the price could be like $7 or $12, or you know what I mean, or $150 or whatever. But because the circulating supply is so low, the price is high. So people freak out about the price, but the price has nothing to do with anything. This number is super irrelevant. Who cares about this number? Wait, why did I get out of that? This is the only thing that matters, the market cap. Because the market cap tells you where the room is. People are like, yeah, but the coin is $1 or is a penny. It's like, yeah, but it currently has a $30 million market cap, which is the third largest, or $1 billion market cap, which is the third largest crypto. So you think it could 10x? So that would put it, you know, into the Bitcoin range. Do you think XRP or whatever is as valuable as Bitcoin now? Or, you know, and hey, if you believe that, great. But you just have to understand the penny. What if XR? Oh, this is what I hear all the time. What if XRP hit the same price of Bitcoin? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, so you'd have to take it's like 30 cents right now, right? You want it to be 11,000, so divide 11,000 by 30 cents, and then you get the times that the market cap would need to be multiplied, which would be a lot, and that's probably in the hundreds of or tens of trillions of dollars, which is just not rational, right? So who cares about this? You should always just care about the market cap. That's what gives the price. And the price could be $5, it could be $10 million, it doesn't matter. This is what matters. So let's take the market cap. And we are going to take that $9 trillion. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. So 9 trillion, it's a little more than 9 trillion, but let's just say it's only 9 trillion. Wait, 1,000, million, billion, trillion, wait. 1,000, million, billion, trillion. Okay, cool. So take the 9 trillion and, oh my gosh. Wait, 215-254-990-936, and we bring it to a 41.8. So in order for Bitcoin just to get to the price of gold, it's going to have to 41.8x, almost 42x, right? So let's take the current price, 11,654.96, and let's times it by 42. That brings the price of Bitcoin to about $500,000. So if Bitcoin was the price of gold, if it had the same market cap of gold, that would bring a Bitcoin price of $500,000 a coin. If it was twice the value of gold, then it would be $1 million coin. So this is, gold is a currency, while Bitcoin is a currency and the internet. Right? I mean, that's again a bad analogy, but it's like people look at Bitcoin. One of my favorite things that Andreas Antonopoulos says is people always look at Bitcoin as the money of the internet, but people need to start looking at Bitcoin as the money of as the internet of money, right? So it's not just a money online, right? It's creating the internet with money and allowing money to open doors that has never existed before. And people can't comprehend that, and they don't understand what that means and what doors those are. And I get it, because people didn't understand what Uber could have been like, what, you know, social media what could have been like, what all these companies could have been like when they just discovered email for the first time, right? A lot of people just thought internet was being able to communicate with one another via email across the country. And obviously it's so much more. So this is the vision I have with Bitcoin, and this is why I'm full-blown bull, is because I don't know how often something like this comes along, but I think we're in the beginning of a stage where in 100 years, Bitcoin's going to be a very common name. Blockchain is going to be integrated, and it doesn't. By the way, blockchain doesn't need to be integrated in everything. That's dumb that people think that. Sorry, that's the wrong word. I don't like saying that. it's, I don't understand how people could think. I still have my AOL address. My sister does as well too. It's crazy. Does AOL still have a platform? I wonder what that looks like. I remember the AOL. Okay, I'm in my 30s. I'm so old. I feel like I'm not that old. I feel when I look at other 30-year-olds, I'm like, dude, they look like a 30-year-old. They have kids and like family, and like they're worrying about retirement. Like, jeez, I'm like, freak, dude. I'm planning to get the new Xbox or PlayStation at the end of the year, so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just kidding. I'm not that bad, but it just makes me feel really bad. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't really feel that I have to compete with my friends, though, as much as I do have to compete with coworkers that are my same age. I don't know. I do have friends. I have a friend that literally has one of my dream jobs. There's a lot of jobs that could be my dream job. I love so much stuff in this world. But he has one of my dream jobs, and he's so casual about it. But anyways, I don't want to be the person that name drops, so I don't want to really say what he does. But yeah, very, very, very jealous of him for sure. But anyways, so Bitcoin has a huge, room to grow, and by the way, but it's at 9 trillion right now. It was at 8 trillion last year, and now, by the way, like, think about this. We just hit $1 trillion company like a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago, 2.5 years. It wasn't more than 3 years ago, for sure, right? I swear they didn't hit it before like 2017. It had to have been like 2018. I don't know. But now, 2.5 years later, year and a half, 3 years, whatever it is, we now have a $2 trillion company, the largest company in the entire world. By the way, Apple, what the freak? Why not Amazon? That doesn't make sense. Whatever. Just doubled as a company. So now we have a $2 trillion market cap company out there. Bitcoin can, it's at $250,000, so it can 8 or 9x before it gets to the current market cap of Apple, right? So this is the room that people say that it has to grow, and with Bitcoin being able to have that type of future, this is why people hop on board, right? So when people think they missed the boat, I think you are still an early adopter right now. Personally, that's my personal beliefs. So now let's talk about these projects, right? I have already talked about Chainlink forever ago. Doesn't matter, even if you didn't get in at $4 or it's sitting at I think it dropped to like $2 or something when the big crash happened. I didn't invest at that time because all my finances hit when that March dip crash happened, right? Oh, geez, I can't remember. I lost a lot of money that day, too. I forgot. But I was in a situation where I couldn't even trade any stocks, and by the time I got into that situation, everything recovered, so it's kind of a blessing. But anyways, Chainlink, I still think is great. It only has a $5.8 billion market cap. Current oral infrastructures are in the $20 to $60 billion market cap. Like Oracle, the company, is like a $30 billion company, right? And this not only does Oracle solutions in real world, but it connects blockchain. It's the only one as well, and it does more things as well. So like, people are freaking out. They're like, it's 5.8 billion. I believe it could. I don't want to be doing these price. If you put money in and you lose it because of me, and you're like, dude, I lost money because you're, that's gonna make me feel really bad. So don't blame me if you lose money. But I personally believe Chainlink in the long term is one of my favorite holds, and DOT, by the way, once I find an entry that I'm comfortable with. Which is dumb, because what if it doubles tomorrow, right? Jeez. Then my comfortable position will be like a 30% drop, which will be like, whatever. That's life, right? So Chainlink's one of them. I've already talked about Kusama. By the way, again, if you end up going to my Twitter, I posted all of these trades when I did it back in August. Every single one of these, right? So EWT is like at $12, $13. XOR right now is in the like $90 range. Ocean is in the high 50s, low 60 range right now. Kusama's in the $20 range. Edge is like barely above, I think, right now. ChainX right now is in the $6 to $7 range, right? So these companies I'm not really going to dive into because I've already gotten them, right? There's Kusama. Here's Sora. Ooh, 95. This is one of my largest holdings right now, actually. I have them spread across in like 6 wallets. Oh, dang, 110. Oh my gosh, this makes me so excited. So the highest this has been is 140 and actually peaked to 180. Okay, I'm going to talk about this project for a second because this is one of the ones I'm really excited about, and I was going to buy it. Oh my gosh. I heard about the project when it was like at $3. I decided to buy it at $6. I waited 1 day, and I ended up buying it from $5 up to $15, and I think I averaged in at 11. I think it was like pretty close to exactly $11. What if I got in at 5? Jeez. Anyways, whatever. It would have been a double whatever I had now, but anyways, pumped big time, right? Got to like 140, and now. Right, the last like month it's been crashing. Now it's finally pumping. So this is one of the projects I'm really excited about, and the reason why, and again I've talked about this a bunch of times, but I'll just briefly go over it again. It's a $38 million market cap. Again, think about that ceiling we just talked about, right? Of where Bitcoin can go. By the way, if you ever want to know where you can find these coins, you can go to Market, and it talks about all the exchanges they're on. I actually do use Hotbit quite a bit, but it's a really sketchy I mean, I don't know. Like, I tend to like have a ism against any exchanges that end in the word bit. I don't know why. I just don't trust any of them. Stop naming your things bit. There's so many shady ones that go down. But anyways, a lot of these coins are on Hotbit, but I would just take your money and put it out. Don't leave too much on it. All these exchanges, same thing, by the way. That being said, if you ever see an etherscan.io, that means they're probably on Uniswap. You can go into my videos. I just made a video on Uniswap a couple days ago and how to use it. So, and how to insert money into the market, which I use Crypto.com's app, the phone app. That's how I insert money. It's free to insert money. It's free to send it out of the wallet. And then, then Uniswap charges me like $6,000 million bajillion to do my trades, and there you go. But anyways, so I get that question all the time, which I thought is like a day one type of, whatever, maybe not. But so that's where it's at, markets. Anyways, so Sora is currently building. They're the ones that are building the PokaSwap. So they're the ones that are building the financial bridge for PokaSwap and building the actual platform that it'll rest on. So PokaSwap, in case you don't know, so Polkadot makes it where everybody can cross-chain with each other. PokaSwap makes it where you can swap a Bitcoin straight over for a XRP to a Sora to any coin that exists. You can trade any coin for any coin. That's the goal. You just connect your wallet, and any coin can trade with any coin. So how awesome would that be if you can just plug in your Trezor and then just say, hey, this coin just launched yesterday. I want to get $300 of my Bitcoin and buy it. You go to one website, 40 seconds later, a minute and a half later, now you just bought the coin that just existed yesterday, right? So this is what Sora is aiming to build. And this will be huge because currently, right, when you got to find a coin, you have to look down here and hope you're on an exchange, right? Well, I'm on Binance.us. I hardly use it because all the other coins are on other exchanges that have much other coins on it and are cheaper to do transactions with or whatever. But, KuCoin, right? Crypto.com, Uniswap. I'm on these exchanges, but sometimes there's no exchanges I'm listed in. That's like, great, do I want to sign up for another exchange? Like, that's freaking annoying. I gotta put my driver's license and social security number and who knows. So Uniswap, by the way, also you don't have to do KYC. So I could send you like $100 in Bitcoin in your wallet that you can create online. It takes 30 seconds. You don't have to put your name to it or anything. And then you can go on this exchange and start trading money and then make millions on this wallet, and nobody knows who you are, right? Not saying that you should, evade taxes or whatever, but I'm just saying it's really nice to not have to put your social security and all that stuff out there, and you can just take your funds, swap it out, and you're good to go. So, anyway, so Sora is building the Uniswap, except Uniswap only trades Ethereum tokens across Ethereum tokens, where Polkaswap will trade any tokens with any tokens. I used to buy them all for 770p in 2010. Long gone lost. I'm not sure what that means. So ChainX, they're building a bridge. Again, we talked about this, but they're one of the companies that are building a bridge. I'm going to talk about another company right now today that's new, but they're building a bridge, helping the Sora actually connect cross-chain, and helping the Polkadot ecosystem connect cross-chain. And they're more business as well, which business has more money behind it, right? But they're not more, but they're more focused, right? So, anyways, oops. I didn't mean to move this here. And then Ocean. Yeah, we've already talked about Ocean, Edgeware, Energy Web Token, and then Robonomics. So, by the way, here's the deal. I don't consider myself some amazing guy who just figures all this stuff out all by myself, and I can find the best websites and the best information, whatever. I spend my time just scouring online, seeing what people say. If I get excited about it, if it makes sense to me, then I start researching more about that stuff. But I have a cheat sheet for everybody right here. A lot of these people are how I get my information, right? Now CoinDesk and Cointelegraph, they just have articles all the time that talk about if a company just joins up with another one, or new technology is being built, right? They write articles on it all the time. Some of them can be biased though, so you just got to put that lens on again. Martini guy, he's a kind of a buddy. I don't know if he sees me that way, I don't know, but I've been following him for a while. He's just a young guy who did really well with crypto, ended up buying his dream car, and so I'm kind of proud of him. Crypto Friend, he's kind of a new follower. I discovered him when I was looking up information on crypto.com. He seems open and honest, and that vibes with me a lot. Then Elio Trades and Chico Crypto. So when I started looking into Polkadot, I couldn't find anyone that knew about that it seemed like people would, I don't know, just had not a good experience trying to learn about Polkadot, but I didn't understand why people weren't excited about it, why I wasn't hearing about it everywhere, because it seemed mind-blowing. And then I got into all these projects, I started doing really well, and I'm just I felt like I found this gem, right? And then I've discovered a couple of channels that also found it, right? And actually, I've been subbed to Chico for a long time, but now I put his notification on every single video I watch of his. Elio Trades, I'm getting that way, but both of these research the Polkadot ecosystem a lot, and this next coin I'm talking about, I actually found out about Chico. So, but yeah, I think Elio has been booming. I think he was at very few thousand subs, maybe not as low as me, and he's doing very, very well. Ivan on Tech, he does live streams every day. It's an hour long, so I miss a lot of information from him, but he talks about a lot of projects, and a lot of these projects that get big, he'll talk about 8 months, a year and a half before they get big or whatever. So it's just nice because, when he talks about certain projects or, ecosystems being built or something, then if it resonates with you, you might find out about stuff. And Lark's the same way, by the way. Both of these people just spew information out. By the way, Ivan, I don't really know anything about everyone else when it comes to skeletons in their closet. I just know that Ivan is friends with shillers. That, I don't want to say that. That makes Ivan look bad. I don't think Ivan's a bad person. I just, like, there's certain people that I've not resonated with positively, and I have found out that Ivan was friends with. It doesn't mean that he's anything bad or whatever, but again, just everyone you listen to, put a lens on and just make sure, right? I think Chico's pretty honest. He attacks people that are shady and stuff. Anyways, Crypto Daily, he talks about news every single day. And not every day, but mostly every single day. Well, sometimes once a week, doesn't matter. But I trust him a lot, and he talks about things like he makes the average person understand. Then Andrei Antonopoulos is my favorite. He talks about, he's a big time Bitcoin guy. He explains Bitcoin very well. So I would sub to these are my favorite channels. And I get a lot of information, and I hear about a lot of projects with these guys, and they get me excited, right? And a lot of projects I think some projects I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to hear about on these channels here coming out soon, but we'll see. So let's start talking about the new projects. So yeah, this is a project that so this is a project that I heard about from Chico, and currently I'm actually negative because I bought this at $30, thinking when I saw it at 45 and it dropped down to 30 it was good, but it's been not doing too well, and so it does help with a lot of like the automated system type stuff. When I first heard about it, I was like, cities of the future. I don't really think right now it's really makes sense, but they're building a lot of the automated systems that's in the back workings of a lot of these protocols and whatnot. So like Energy Web Token, for instance, which is a project that I actually found out that Chico's huge. I think this is Chico's #1 pick. He has a video talking about it, and I haven't watched it because I'm already sold on it, right? I want to invest my time in new projects, right? But anyways, so I didn't throw in too much, so I'm not too worried about it. But still, I think this project will do well. And by the way, always look at these market caps as well, what I'm talking about. So this ecosystem that's being built, it's essentially like a new Ethereum. I don't want to call it an Ethereum killer because it works with Ethereum, but hold on, let me move this. People keep calling it the Ethereum killer, and that's just, I think it's a wrong definition. Then again, I learned something the other day about, it was very basic about the Polkadot network, that I thought Kusama was just a test net, but apparently it's a new ecosystem as well. So they're doing different things, but it's essentially the same original code. Anyways, but yeah, that was the last project I threw money in, and now let's talk about the projects so I just put money into this again. I posted it on my Twitter. Where'd it go? Posted on my Twitter, right? And actually I got in at 5.7, but I screenshotted it there, but whatever. But they are also building a bridge, so kind of like hold on, kind of like ChainX. They're sort of doing the same thing, right? So it's a what do they call it, a decentralized I don't want to say the word, it's going to be really wrong. Heterogeneous, I think is what they call it. It's a cross-chain bridge, essentially. Just like PCX, except, in fact, let's go to the website. Again, look at the market cap, 31 million. So, by the way, all these coins I'm investing in, they're very high-risk coins, right? A lot of these projects might not end up doing well, and who knows? But I'm willing to take the risk. So how I am personally leveraged irresponsibly, so don't follow me, is I I have a set of Bitcoin holdings I'm not touching, and then I have a set of chainlink I'm not touching, and then maybe like 8% of other coins, but probably 30 or 40% of my money is going to be in all these projects I'm talking about now. So I do have long-term holds, and just in case like stuff hits the fan, but I'm also thinking about taking like half of my chainlink, putting them into some of these projects. I don't know. I'm kind of want chainlink to pump super hard again, so I can pull out at the top, but we'll see. But anyways, let's go to their website. So, oh, there we go. So, yeah, so they're essentially a bridge. So I believe Ring is the actual token they're going to use. Keton is the token that is rewarded if you stake Ring. Again, I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm not 100%. Wait, it says it right there. Oh yeah. So this is it. So this is a reward token. I feel like I know this stuff, but as it's recording, I don't want to say something really stupid. And then as I watch it again, I'm like, I didn't mean to say that. I said that completely wrong. I'll mention a wrong company, or anyways, my bad. Anyway, so they're a bridge, right? So they essentially just want to connect different networks together, just like the ChainX, but they're just they have different focuses. So they're both bridges. There's just different kind of focuses of how they're connecting and what type of products that they're connecting with that bridge. So I was with just ChainX, and now I just put Ring onto my portfolio. Now Celer. So Celer is a project I haven't heard anyone talk about. I'm not saying they haven't. You type in Celer YouTube, and there's a million videos, right? I'm sure. But I found this as I was... Should I tell you how I found these projects? I don't know. I found this as I... Wait. No, I didn't find it here. Oh yeah, did I? Oh yeah, I did. So Celer and Plasm, I'm going to talk about both of these companies today. I found them under the scaling solutions, and I think scaling is one of the major problems, right? And so, by the way, I did just put money in stake as well. I didn't even look at the stake earnings in freaking 2 days, so let's see how bad I did on this trade. Stake. This project isn't even listed anywhere. I found this out from Chico as well. Dude, Chico's a beast. Half of what he says makes sense to me, but there it is. Oh, 13. I got it 11, so far I'm not doing too bad. Wow, this is the 24-hour. I went from 16 down to 13. Jeez. So, yeah, let's get out of this. Where am I? Let's go back to Celer. So anyways, Celer is also doing scaling solutions, and so I do think scaling is one of the biggest problems, and once a company is able to fix those scaling solutions, and do it in a decentralized way, so there's not somebody responsible or head of the company that could screw people over, right? Geez, Omi's Go is still going crazy as well. Oh my goodness, it's on Coinbase Pro as well. So, where is it? Oh my gosh, I'm frozen. There you go. So, this is doing the same thing, OMG. They're much higher market cap, but the reason why I bring this up is because they just super hard pumped, right? In the last 90 days. And this market cap is huge. So yeah, I went from, you know, $1.50 to $6. When was this? August. So at the beginning of this month, it was at $1.60, and now it's at 6.5, and the market cap is at 921 million, which making it a number 27 coin, right? So with, I'm so bad at explaining this. I'm sorry, you have to deal with me. So Celer is working on scaling solutions and providing a layer 2 scaling platform for the Polkadot ecosystem. So with the Polkadot ecosystem helping solve scaling solutions for other companies to bridge from one to another, I just see this as a opportunity, I guess, even though it hasn't pumped at all. It has actually. Oh my gosh, has it? No, it's kind of like a 5x. These like percentages aren't really accurate. At any rate, sometimes when it pumps hard, the percentages like don't make sense. Anyways, so this company, again, I have not invested in it yet. I may take some of my Sora earnings. We'll see what happens with that. If it pumps up to like 140. Geez, I don't know. That's hopefully it just keeps going up, and I don't need to put it in Celer yet. And hopefully Celer stays low for a sec. But at any rate, is Chainlink still bullish long term? I absolutely think so. For sure. 100. Okay. I've always told people, okay, when it's my money, I'm crazy, stupid, I'll do whatever. I so far haven't crashed and burned yet. Well, that's not true. I've done it once. But still, I'm still super, I love this community. I love, you know, I've only recommended for people that just want to leave it and never see it again, or just like, I just want to put it in a wallet and not touch it for 5-10 years. Bitcoin is my number 1 recommendation. Ethereum is my number 2 recommendation, and I have no more recommendations after that. Currently, Chainlink is now my 3rd recommendation, and as of yesterday, DOT is my 4th. So I believe those 4 companies have the legs to go the distance, right? And I think DOT and Chainlink are the 2 biggest opportunities. So, so that's what I think about Chainlink. So anyways, we'll see what happens with this, but I do think it's kind of a hidden. And on that note, the other company, Plasm, right? Oh my gosh, where are you? Did I not pull you up? Oh, there, that's right. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's why. Okay. Let's talk about this. I was going to talk about it later, but since we're talking about scaling solutions, let's talk about it now. So Plasm is the other company doing a scaling solution as well. They are also have ties to the Akropolis network, which, let's get rid of OMG here. Where are you? Wait, wrong one. No. Oh man, I closed it. I have too many windows open. By the way, if you go to Kusama project and then also go to polkaproject.com, they list a lot of their projects as well, and so you can kind of categorize them: wallet, infrastructure, development, whatever. A lot of these companies don't have tokens. They're just companies that are working with, they're just developing tools. And you don't hear about companies right when they launch on here. Sometimes there's some companies that have been working with the Polkadot project for months. Hey, Shift is finally on there. But Shift has been working for a while, and I just now found it for the first time, I guess. But anyways, so a couple of companies to look out for. But anyways, so this company it just launched, or sorry, it hasn't even launched yet. They're currently locking in tokens, and you can, not really an ICO, but you can get some tokens lock dropped. So, anyways, go to plasmnet.io if you want to learn more about the company. I currently have not invested in this company yet either. I'm still researching them more. I have problems with just throwing money into projects that who knows. That being said, I do have a tiny chunk of money that I super gamble with, right? And like with Shift, I super gambled with Shift. And I bought it at 6 cents because it dropped like 70% after knowing it was working with the Polkadot network. And then now it's at like almost 30 cents, at like 27 cents or something. So I do gamble with some tokens, but it's a very small amount. And then when it becomes a big amount, I take a chunk of that big amount and then invest it in other projects, and I keep gambling with a small amount. So that's kind of how I do things. Irresponsibly, by the way, because I'm an idiot YouTuber who doesn't know what the heck I'm talking about, so don't take anything I say as financial advice, please. Yeah, jeez. Alright, let's talk about... I only heard of Cake today, not sure how it works. Your money is tied up for 4 weeks, guaranteed 5% interest, and bonus if coin goes up. Yeah, there's a lot of tokens doing that. I haven't heard of Cake either. So I have no idea what it even is. Here, let's look it up real quick. Cake. Is it building a religion? Oh, wait, I don't know what that is. So, oops, wait, oh my gosh. Let's talk about Akropolis. Akropolis is a financial protocol. Where is it? It was mainly built for people, for the unbanked, I believe. Jeez, where'd it go? Anyways, I can't seem to find it. I had a little thing on it. But this is another company I'm looking into. By the way, all these companies now are ones I'm looking into that are connected to the Polkadot ecosystem. So hey, if you guys want to get into these projects beforehand, I might not invest in all of these, but they're the ones I'm interested in. And these first ones, like for example, CELR, I'm very interested in. Akropolis, very interested in. So these first ones I'm talking about, I'm most likely going to put money in. I just want to look into these more. And all these market caps are like crazy low as well for what they end up doing, right? So this does a lot of what OMG does, but it will end up eventually helping a company that will do it on a much larger scale unless they incorporate OMG into the Polkadot ecosystem. But it's at a $40 million market cap, right? And that was at a 400. So that's a 10x, right? So I don't know. That's kind of my thinking on it. They do, again, financial infrastructure. This partnership was, I just recently found out about. It's currently only listed on Uniswap right now. Volume is crazy low. I think it might range around a 40 million market cap. I don't really know what the circulating supply is. They don't really tell you. but if it had it fully deployed, it would be like a $40 million market cap currently. So yeah, looking into that project. Ankr, not a coin. Yeah, people keep wanting me to make a video on Pi, and I use Pi. I just there's so many more projects I'm like really interested in that it's like way on the back burner. So we'll see. Yeah, I have no idea what cake is, but Ankr, I actually like Ankr, and I think I am gonna end up investing in this one as well. And they just help you deploy nodes very, very quickly, within minutes. They claim it's on a gajillion exchanges, 71 million market caps, not in the top 100, right? So by the way, from 2018 until 2020, so for 2 years, I didn't touch a coin outside of the top 50. There's too much risk involved. There's way too much risk involved. Very little companies were actually succeeding and staying with it. More than 90% of the ecosystem changed and new companies came into play. Ethereum has like, 250,000 or 300, 400,000 blockchains that it works with. That's a lot. There's only a few thousand that shows up here, but there's way more that is actually connected with it, right? So it was just too risky. So 2020, that's when I started. Now I almost solely invest in company. I have holdings, like heavy holdings in top 10 coins, top 20 coins. Not heavy, but I just have long-term holdings. And then all the coins I'm currently trading are all high risk out of the top 50 coins right now. Cake lapis. Sounds like a Minecraft recipe. Shift. This is this is the project that I don't know when I can't even remember. Hold on, let's see. I know it crashed like 60-70% right at the end of the day, and then I threw not much. It was like, I wish I threw more. It was like $100 or something dumb, but it's getting to be a lot, right? Let's see, what am I looking for? Twitter advanced search. I should have probably posted this. I'm now posting all my trades on that same exact thread, but I didn't used to do that. I just posted. Let's see, shift. Jeez, I'm lagging. July 27th is when I got it. What is that? I don't know why I'm looking this up on the live stream. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of curious what I actually got in at, because I'm not 100% sure. Oh my goodness. '27th. Oh wait, historical data. Oh my gosh, I'm stupid. Sorry guys, this is my problem on streams. I get sidetracked and then I can't like get rid of a thought. Wait, what did I say? 27th? July 27th. Oh yeah, it was at 6 cents. So yeah, the funny thing is with Shift, at the time, I just saw the partnership with Polkadot, and I was like, meh, let me just throw a little bit of money in. What's going on? Okay. But anyways, they're not like I don't see them being like a $100 million. I mean, maybe in the future, but short term, I don't really know. But they do decentralized cloud hosting. I think there's so many companies, dude. I sometimes get lost track. I'm pretty sure Shift they do decentralized cloud hosting. Boom. Oh, sorry, reinvented. My bad. Just kidding. So, but they're doing that for Shift, and they're at 2.8. So that's awesome. That being said, they are not a Ethereum-based token, so they're an Altily, which has no volume. Where's the volume? Has $13 of volume. And then this live coin, which, geez, nightmare. I hate these stupid small exchanges, and you gotta get this wallet, and you're like, hopefully the wallet works, and hopefully the exchange exists so I can trade it later. So anyways, so that's the end of the ones I'm pretty solid on. And then just know these ones have very little knowledge about, so I'm not really going to talk about, but these are the ones I'm investigating right now in the Polkadot ecosystem. So I have Dot, I have Mix. Jeez, I've been following Mix for like a couple weeks now. It's gone up like 5x or something since I've looked at it, since I was thinking about getting into it. But again, if Polkaswap was around, this wouldn't be an issue, but I got to get on these two exchanges, and I don't want to get on a new exchange, so I'm probably just going to say screw this coin. But it sucks because, freak, a 23x in the last month, right? $1.4 million market cap. Like, can you not see? Anyways, jeez. Yeah, and then oh yeah, so these ones again, they just partnered up with Polkadot, and they're on my radar to look into. I know very little of what they are, so I'm not going to really hop into it much. And then SXP, this one I got at 60 cents. The day that Binance announced they bought it, I actually bought this project. And even though like it's done a 5x or almost a 5x, 4x since I bought it, it's only at $173 million market cap. It competes with Crypto.com, the Crow token, which is like 11 or 12 ranking right now in the rankings. Right, so this has a $3.3 billion market cap, and that's what it's competing with. And it's Bitcoin, so people are getting Crow tokens with the Crypto.com, but it'll have very similar, reward systems, but it'll be with Bitcoin instead of like Crow, so it's a more solid coin, and Binance is behind it, so they're a more solid company than Crypto.com. Then again, I don't really like Binance all that much. Then again, I do respect what they're onboarding people. They're making this industry become easier to onboard for people and throwing a ton of money on. I get it. They're doing it for greedy reasons, but still, you gotta respect the good if you're gonna throw them under the bus, I guess, and talk about the bad. So, anyways, and then Martini guy just bought into this project as well. So this was, by the way, they announced it and it pumped, right? So it was at like 45 cents, and then it went up to 60 cents, and it floated there for a while. And so that's when I ended up getting it, and then boom! And it was at one point at $4.30. So, not quite double, but close. And I think it'll get there. Every single DeFi coin has crashed during the same exact time. So, and the nice thing is, you can get it on Uniswap or any of these exchanges, right? If you're on any of these exchanges. So, this isn't part of the Polkaswap ecosystem, but still, I think it's a good buy, even right now at the current market cap valuation, right? If it 10x'd, it would be at 1.7 billion, right? So, still, that's under half of what Crypto.com is, right? So this could be a 10 or 20x over the next 12 months. By the way, when I say these numbers as well, I'm assuming that Bitcoin doesn't pump, because if Bitcoin went to like 80 grand or $250,000, then I would say if Bitcoin goes a 10x, then all these numbers I'm saying I believe could go up a 10x as well, if not more or less or whatever. But again, small market caps. So yeah, if you go to kasamaproject.com as well as the Polkaproject.com, you can see new projects and kind of learn yourself. Oh yeah, this is Celer's website, the scaling solution, right? We already went over that though. So some coins that aren't out yet that I would look out for and do some research on. Oh, I didn't realize Polka Wallet was the founding member. That's cool. And so these two projects as well, I don't know what these are. And if they're part of, anyways, it's so crazy how many companies are out there helping other companies work. But anyways, yeah, Ankala might be a good one to look out for, just because they're going to essentially try to implement the a stable currency and be able to transfer any dollar across any platform as well. So, oh, it says it right there. Ankala Dollar is a decentralized stablecoin that allows users to send and receive US dollars across any blockchains connected to the Polkadot network. So yeah. By the way, not all companies are going to automatically be connected. You have to create bridges, which, you know, ChainX and Darwinia, right, RING are solving. So, and then Plasm, right, scaling solution. That one's not out yet, but I'd keep my eye on it. I'm not 100% sure about this one. They have a lot of partnerships with a lot of projects. So, like, it's supported by the Web3 Foundation, who was created by Gavin Wood, and Substrate, right? It's based on the Substrate ecosystem, which is a ecosystem that was created under the with the Web3 Foundation. Like, they're all kind of tied together: Polkadot, Substrate, Kusama, Web3. Like, they're different protocols and stuff, but they're all ran by all started by like the same people, so they all kind of are built to work together. But at any rate, what this is aiming to do is able to take your current cryptocurrencies and be able to leverage them and then get more money to get more crypto with it, sort of thing. Pay it back as many times as you want, kind of like the Crypto.com's what do they call it? Crypto.com has a feature that they do that same thing, the loan feature they have, except it's not available in the United States. But anyways, they're kind of doing a version of that, of what I've come across so far. I could be a little bit wrong, and they're doing more. But yeah, it was supposed to be built for the same ecosystem that. Oh wait, what's this? Oh yeah, something like there's the Polkadot, right? Matic, we got. Oh yeah, Harmony, right? Tezos. Right. But yeah, so these are the projects I'm in. The projects I'm in right now and I'm holding for a long time, again, are Chainlink, which you can get. Oh my gosh, it's on. Oh yeah, Coinbase Pro. Anyways, it's on so many exchanges. You can go and see the exchanges. But the nice thing is, if you see the Explorer tab, if you see it under if you see it say etherscan.io, it means you can buy it with the Polka or the Uniswap wallet, or the MetaMask Uniswap wallet. So you can use the MetaMask as a wallet, which you can download at metamask.io, and then you connect to the Polkaswap platform, and then you can trade any of the Ethereum-based tokens, but you can't if it's not Ethereum-based. So just know when you end up looking for these coins, sometimes you have to find the markets that they're on, and in this instance, right, like I'm on KuCoin, that's the one I'm on. I'm in Hotbit, and so I'd probably get it at one of them. Let's see what Sora's done since we've been on the stream. Come on, go up. Oh, it's down $1. That's good. So, Again, etherscan.io, so you can get that on Polkaswap. ChainX, you can get it on Hotbit, and then you can download their wallet on their actual website and then throw it in their wallet. Same thing with Sora, by the way. So something that may end up helping some of you is if you get a phone. I have like an old iPhone. It's not connected to the network whatsoever. And then also your keys. Something to help out with your keys. When you write down your keys, if you ever lose your keys, guys, you can never access your money. So like when you create a MetaMask wallet, they're gonna have you create passcode, or not create. It'll give you just a bunch of random words. That's your password. If you ever lose those random words, it's gone. So I'll make a couple of copies and maybe give a portion of it to different family members, to different people I trust. You know, try not to keep everything in one place. You know, that way worst case scenario happens and someone like robs you or whatever, you're only out a small portion, right? Which you know, I've heard many stories have happened, and I'm afraid there is that fear, right? So I make sure I don't keep anything locally on me except for the very little that I trade with. And then all my long-term stuff, I can't even touch it. And that also helps out, by the way, because what if the project that you believe in, like Ethereum, what if it drops like $80? You may freak out and want to sell it. Well, it doesn't. It won't allow me to be able to emotionally sell. I have to reach out to certain people. It'll take me like a half a day to acquire it, or a full day, maybe more, depending on if I can't get a hold of certain people. So I don't even keep all my stuff in one place just in case. And then it also helps with, what do you call it? Not being emotional and selling your stuff just because it dropped, even though it'll recover, right? Like, what if you sold your ChainX at $13 and now it's at $15.50, right? You're like, crap. Ocean Protocol, Etherscan, right? So you can put that in a MetaMask wallet, buy it on KuCoin, Binance, whatever. Right? If I bought it on an exchange, it'd be KuCoin, but if you can get it on Etherscan, or on Uniswap, right? Edge, I already have. I don't know if I may want to invest this money into another project that I think is going to pump more, but. By the way, do I have Kusama on here? Oh yeah, I do. Okay, cool. 17. I was curious what happened because Kusama is attached to Dot, and so if Dot pumps, Kusama should pump because it's the same protocol. It's just, yeah, it has. That's cool. Yeah, it's pumped quite a bit since I last got it. So, I might want to put more money in Kusama and take it out of my Edgeware holdings, but we'll see. Every time I do that, the coin I take it out pumps, right? That's always what happens. It's like, that's what you get. NAGWeb has its own chain as well, so KuCoin. Wait, what? How is it on Uniswap? That doesn't make sense. This might be fake, but it's doing volume. This doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, I'll have to figure that out. Maybe there's like a wrapped. By the way, there is a company like Ren. FOMO? I'm not sure. These comments I read like a little bit after I'm talking, and I don't know. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Ren wraps products. So Ren will take like Bitcoin, or they have Zcash and Bitcoin Cash, and they'll wrap them in an Ethereum code, and so you can use Bitcoin on Ethereum, and it's pegged to the Bitcoin price. So Ren has been on a tear lately. Jeez, right? Going from 8 cents to 44 this year in the last 90 days. Its height was like about 55 cents. So it's dropped about a quarter, right? 25% from its all-time high a few days ago, or however long. But they wrap products, so it allows it for and Etherscan. You can get this on Uniswap as well. But they allow you to use Bitcoin on the Ethereum network, right? And so if you wrapped every product that wasn't Ethereum on the Ethereum network, then technically you could trade and use any network on the Ethereum network. So that's what they're doing. So another good project as well. Jeez. So, I mean, I don't know what you got, but if you got $1,000, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would feel comfortable with those 10 for sure. And swipe 11, 12. I have like 30 projects, but geez, there's so this is also what I feel like. We are at a point now where we have inflated our economy so much. When the most expensive company in the entire world can double in growth in just 2.5 years, and like, okay, so this is, you talk about hyperinflation. Companies countries like Venezuela, countries like Venice, Greece, have struggles with keeping their economy intact, and so it gets to the point where you would buy a cup of coffee for 60 cents, the next day it was 67 cents, the next day it was 83, the next day it was 97, the next day it was $1.16, the next day it was $1.30, the next day it was $2.10, the next day it was $2.15, right? That was the literal situation in Venezuela. They had like 1,000,000% inflation 1 year, right? That's a ton. And it makes it where it destroys your economy, right? Now, the United States is doing the same thing, just on not as quickly, but still, it's pretty bad. And here's how bad it is. Okay, the first 200 years, this country was a country. We inflated our currency we got in debt and inflated our currency by $400 billion, right? We are currently in debt $27 trillion, right? So 1776 to 1976, $400 billion in debt. It's actually like 398 or something. So 1776 to 1976, $400 billion. 1976 to 2020, $27 trillion in debt. So that is a massive influx in hyperinflation, and it gets to the point. A lot of people make fun of their kids. They're like, oh, I was out when I was 18 years old and was, bought a house, and it's like, well, yeah, well. That was when you could buy your house for like 5 and 10 year mortgages and have one job in the house, and now you need to have 2, 3, 4 jobs in a household. You have to have 20, 30, 40 year mortgages, like crazy stuff, right? School has drastically gotten more expensive, right? And so the inflation is supposed to like rise all together. So like, yeah, you pay for things more, but we give you more money. You pay your hourlies more, and so like everything's supposed to rise together, but it doesn't always happen that way. It never happens that way, actually. And so Keynesians just believe spend more money, and that's what will make the economy better. But that's what inflates the economy and makes it where we constantly need to put money into the economy and do these what do they call them? Oh my gosh. They call it quantitative easing. So they call quantitative easing they slowly insert money into the market and inflate our currency, and that's supposed to be good for our currency, our economy, right? And so the reason why our economy isn't crashing so hard is because we are inserted into so many other countries' economies as well. So if the United States fails, so does like a ton of countries. you also like can't buy oil unless you have United States dollars. China currently has gotten themselves in, and so now I think you can buy some oil with China. There's other currencies that are finally like leaking in, and the United States world reserve as a currency is slowly going away. And especially when the United States is just giving their citizens free money for just being a citizen. Like, you think people in like Europe want to hold the United States dollar when the United States is giving all their citizens free money, and the taxpayers are paying for it, and they are paying for it in a devaluation in their currency, right? So I don't know what's going to happen with this election and what's going to happen with the presidency, if Trump or Biden gets elected, and what the consequences are. But I'll have to play it by ear when it gets closer. But I am really nervous on that election time, specifically concerning, there's lots of stuff to be nervous about, but I don't want to talk about that. But specifically when it comes to cryptocurrency, when it comes to, stock markets and stuff like that. I mean, technically, it would be a healthy correction if we corrected like a 60-70% correction, and it took us 5-10 years at least to rebuild. But what presidency wants to be known as the president that was the one that crashed the economy and everybody struggled through the entire 8 years he was in presidency, right? So it's this dumb game, I feel like, that is being played, and we're the ones that are pawns, right? And in case and and I just don't get it. So they're inflating the economy. They're allowing banks to make even more irresponsible debts with less responsibility. And in case you don't know what fractional reserve lending is, essentially banks can just create money out of nowhere, right? Insert $20,000 into the bank. Now they have $20,000. Now they can loan that $20,000 to somebody else, and now that somebody else puts it back into the bank for the loan, and now the bank shows they have $40,000. Now they loan that $40,000 out to somebody for a couple cars or whatever, and now the bank holds that money again because they did the loan through the bank. Now the bank shows they have $40,000, right? So it ends up being where tens of thousands of dollars can turn into tens of millions. And I don't really know. You could have 0% lending, 3%, 5%, 10% fractional reserve lending. They're different amounts, but that banks have depending on how much money they have. But still, what happens? And okay, so just think about that. Banks are able to take $10,000, and now they have, let's say, $250,000 from your 10,000, right? If they just put that $10,000 into like a fund, they can get 11% off of it or whatever, and make more money than your loan would even be. But they make such irresponsible trades that so many people default on their loans that the bank ends up crashing and goes under. And it's like, dude, you had free money to play with. As much money as you want, you can just essentially have for the most part. And even though you have a blank check, you make such irresponsible bets that the bank crashes all the time. So I look at banks as the most irresponsible and worst. How is it that the people that we rely on the most when it comes to handling our money, they are the ones that can't handle money? They handle money worse than anybody else on the planet, right? If I was able to have $10,000 and be able to trade $1 million with it or $250,000, I would put it in an 11% fund and get that $10,000 paid off super quick, and now I have tons of money. And like, how could you fail? Oh, it's because people that have a credit score of 320, you're giving them a $500,000 home, paying $15,000 a month rent, even though you didn't even verify that they have the income, right? And you just want to take their money so you can loan out that money to other people. So, I got off topic big time, but not really, because it's all on topic, I guess. But at any rate, that's what Bitcoin and blockchain solves, and one of many issues, right? So Bitcoin, you can't inflate the currency, you can't just print money out of nowhere. It just is what it is, right? And so if you want to get more money, you have to produce more value. So how is it that our economy? I don't understand this concept right here. We are currently doing less as a country. We are producing less as a country now than we ever have, you know, in the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years. I don't know, maybe since Vietnam War, when a bunch of people left the workforce. I don't really know. But we definitely aren't better off than we were 10, 20 years ago when it comes to the fact of producing stuff. So 2020, we're producing less stuff than we have in years, yet the economy is better than it ever has been. That's a problem. You know, I understand that people are getting back to work, but still, we've had a long time of people not at work. So we've had less people at work, we've been producing less, and we're giving away free money to people that the taxpayers are paying for. And yet we're in the best we've ever been. That makes zero sense to me. So I see it as we're going to crash any day now, right? But I saw that back in March. I saw that, or back in February, or whenever the crash happened, right? And it started building back up, and it's like, dude, we're hitting all-time highs, and it was at its worst, right? So, and it's not just us. Like, how can we be at our best if other countries aren't at their best? They're not producing as much, you know, so we can't make as much stuff as we could and make as many deals and produce as much stuff for the country because of other countries as well. Which is also what makes me worry about what's going to happen with supply and demand when it comes to certain items. You go to the grocery store right now, I saw a box of... So, okay, I work at a place where I have hundreds of employees, and I order masks for the company, or actually my wife does. But anyways, they're crazy cheap online. And if you went to like Alibaba or AliExpress right now... Let me just show you the ripoff that's going on right now, guys. I know this is not really crypto, but it is, because this is what our economy is doing. So let me just show you proof instead of just talking about it. So Alibaba is a site that you can get wholesale products from China. So 12 to 20 cents. This is what you get. You get these masks for 12 to 20 cents, and after shipping, it's probably 60 cents, and it'll probably take 1 to 3 months actually. Right now, maybe less. Last time I priced these out, that's what it was. It was 55 cents is what I was quoted, and it was a 1.5 month, I think. So it might be less than that. So this is what you can get them for: 60 cents a box, right? Walmart, I wonder if they even have them listed on their website. This one makes me so mad. This is why everybody only cares about themselves. Why it's all about you versus the world. $33 $15 for a 25 count, guys. So they're 15, and I bet Walmart gets these for much cheaper than I can. You think I get a better I can get a better price on Walmart than a mask than Walmart, right? What was this, by the way? Wait, let's go back to Ali. Was this a 25 or 15? Individually wrapped. How many are in here? Wow, they're much cheaper. A 50 set for 5 cents to 9 cents. So, by the way, this was what my price was when I was scouting them out a while ago. Now somebody else does the mask for our company, but yeah, so great. We have 50 disposable masks. At most, they cost 9 cents. Let's say 50 cents for shipping, which is probably closer to 40, but 60 cents a box we get for that, and they charge you $34. How is this not price gouging? How is this not illegal? How is there not like a cancel Walmart thing going on? I mean, I think those things are kind of, over the top, but seriously, like, they're charging you over 60 times as much. And it's okay if you do that, but when it comes to people's safety, and whether you believe in that or not, a lot of people believe these keep you safe, and I don't want to get into that argument if they do or don't. But this isn't like a toy or anything like that, right? So there's a lot of people stressing out about this, and you're charging them 60 times your price, and again, Walmart probably gets them less, so like 70 times your price. So I believe stuff like this is going to happen more and more, where you're going to get price gouged, and things that cost a couple bucks are going to eventually cost, things that cost 60 cents are going to cost 90 or $1.10, right? And your milk, your bread, I don't know what, but I do think that these will eventually go up. And I think the crazy stuff we're doing with our economy, we're going to see that in like 10 years. I don't think it's going to happen with this or the next presidency probably, but I think we're going to start slowly seeing problems over the course of the next 10 years when it comes to things super inflating and our jobs not rising with it. And so I do not think we're in a good place with the economy absolutely right now. And I think people are going to, here's your options when it comes to, here's what I think the options are. Historically, what can we do in a situation where a country or many countries or an entire world is in a situation where they're going to crash and everything's losing money, right? The real estate market's going to crash, and maybe land, right? Businesses, financial infrastructures, internet businesses, tech industries, oil, right? Like, where's our safe spot? I currently believe, and I don't know why there's this argument of gold versus Bitcoin. I think that's a dumb argument, and I think they're both great. They're just different, and they're great for different reasons or whatever. But I think currently people think gold is like their safest bet because historically it has been the safest bet. And currently I can't even get gold. So I can't even get gold, and I can actually if I buy it like silver. Even if I buy silver is easier to get now, but gold I was buying, even if I quoted at like 10% over what it was worth, what the spot price worth, I still couldn't get it. And so I knew somebody who bought $250,000 worth of silver, and they got it at the spot price, and that was a good deal because just nobody has any gold. It's hard to get. So historically, over the thousands of years, gold has been a good hedge against the economy diving and crashing. So I don't know why Bitcoin people are against gold. Like, there needs to be one, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. One store of value and that's it. There's no room for more. I want there to be a ton of store of values that are historically great. That way you always have options to move into. Currently, it's like gold. We have gold. That's it. Now we have crypto, right? But crypto isn't that trustworthy right now. I mean, I'm obsessed with it, and I believe in it completely enough to throw my money into it and be obsessed with it daily and whatnot, but it still doesn't have any trust behind it. It's 11, 12 years old, right? It's, what was it, 2020? It's 11 years old, right? 12 maybe, depending on how you look at it. Depending on if you look at the white paper, the first code launch, or the launch of the network. But at any rate, so I think gold is a good hedge, silver is a good hedge, precious metals is a good hedge. I also think that if you invest in fact, Elon Musk did a tweet the other day. Let's see, how could I find this? And he was talking about other precious metals that are going to be far more valuable than gold is going to be when it comes to space travel. So there might be other precious metals that, so the precious metals I'm on board with. You just got to do your research and figure out which ones work best for you for what reasons. And let me find that tweet since I am recording this on a stream so you guys can check it out. He's like, joke's on you. And then he posted a picture of a gold asteroid. He's making fun of Bitcoin, actually. Do. Oh, dude, that's cool. I think it was around here. I'm recognizing the tweets. Anyways, he was making fun of the video where Dave Portnoy was buying Bitcoin with the with the brothers. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking the names? The Facebook guys. Oh my goodness, Tyler and Winklevoss. There we go. Jeez. And they were talking about, they're like, yeah, Elon Musk is going to mine all the gold in this space, so gold to be worthless. And I'm like, I probably would explain Bitcoin a little bit differently than that, but whatever. Anyways, I guess I can't find it, but he was just talking about other precious metals being more valuable. So I'm on board with the precious metals, but I do think Bitcoin has its value, and if it gains adoptions, and I do say if, not when, but then again, I should say when, not if I'm super bullish, but if I'm responsible, I should say if, because it is speculation right now, right? We're watching people with bags of money going for breads in Russia. Jeez. Palladium, when I bought my radium ring, was between silver and gold right now. 2x price. Nice. Yeah, gold has been on a run right now as well, but I still think it has a lot of room to grow, which is good. You want gold. People that want gold to crash is like dumb, because it's like, dude, anytime these companies like Apple and gold are pushing that ceiling higher, now a $1 trillion company isn't the biggest company, a $2 trillion company, which means more companies can get to that $1 trillion easier because the ceiling just got raised a lot easier. So now a company to hit $1 trillion companies only has to be half as valuable as Apple, right? Does that make sense? So anyways, Bitcoin for sure is a risk. Who knows what's going to happen? It just recently crashed. I don't care. We're testing these $12,000 ranges, and we may test it for the rest of the year. We may not even push it up until the very end of the year, or maybe not even till then. And hey, we may even crash down to the $6,000 range, like a lot of people are saying. But none of that really matters as much to me. And when I'm investing in projects and looking for projects, I look at projects that I can see value in, and I can see being around long term, because the short range swings are going to happen, unless it's in a bear market, which I don't believe we're in. 2020 has been a bull market financially across all industries, right? That being said, are we in a bull market pushing the 20,000 range? I don't know. So on my thoughts on that is, I think we're in the 2016 to 2017 range. Maybe the next 6 months or so, we're gonna get to that, pushing that 12,000 to 14,000 range, and maybe next year it'll take all year to push that 20,000 range, and near the end of the year it'll hit it, and then it'll take a month or two to get to the 60,000 $250,000 range. I don't know if it does that, right? This is just my bull, thinking. Hopefully we'll see what happens. But and so I don't think that we're reaching 20K by the end of the year. But holy crap, that'd be cool if I was wrong. I think we could hit 20K by the end of next year. But I do think once we do hit 20K, we're going to be accelerating quickly up, right? And we're going to find a new high. And then when we do, that makes it nice, because all these companies, that are a $5-6 billion market cap, they can now be a $30 billion, $40-50 billion market cap, and they're not like having to push the Ethereum market cap. So like right now I'm talking about these coins as if the market cap stayed the same. I think they could do well, but if Bitcoin did extremely well, then everything is going to pump up with it, right? And normally how it goes, in case people don't know, this is how the trend's always been. Well, big crypto altcoins haven't been around forever, but when the altcoins have been around, Bitcoin pumps. Everything else, Bitcoin will pump 10%, everything else will bump up 8%, then 6%, 5%. So Bitcoin normally pumps a little higher than everything else, and then once Bitcoin reaches an all-time high, then all of a sudden it dumps its money into the altcoins, and then the altcoins go crazy. 10, 50, 100, 200x, 50, 500, 1000x, right? Coins like Ripple and Litecoin and Litecoin's super old, but when they first did its halving, right? Cardano, when it first launched, like a lot of these coins did extremely well, way better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin went from like 600 to 800, I don't know where you want to say its bottom is. Let's say 600 to 20,000, right? So great, did a 40x, but there were coins, that went from a penny to $6, right? And then crashed down to $1.20 or 60 cents, right? most of them crashed way lower, right? So they hit all-time highs, and then it dropped 80-90%. Some of these coins are still up here. Like, for example, oh my gosh. Some of these companies getting buried. Icon, right? Icon is like a 95+% drop. I keep thinking to buy Icon just because it's so. They're still working on the project harder than ever. They've built more. They've built their team. They've expanded. There are more partnerships, right? And yet it just hasn't grown. So it's like part of me just wants to put money in just because there's just so much potential, right? It's easy for, you know, $400 to turn into 20,000 if it gets into its all-time high. But I don't really. I believe in other projects more than it, so I just haven't touched it, but I do think we're in the beginning of something great. I could be completely wrong. If anybody is, you know, putting money in or whatever and loses a bunch, just understand a 40% drop. I mean, I literally, my entire portfolio, you guys, dropped 40+% in 2 weeks. So just imagine that. You know, whatever your top is, imagine doubling, you know, tripling that top, and then seeing almost all that gains go away, right? And now we're recovering, and you know, and we'll see what happens, but I think we're gonna go up because I believe in these projects, and crypto is crazy. But what if I go up 80%, and then I'm level at 80%, and then it drops 50% from that price, right? I'm still in profit, you know, but the drops suck. And a lot of times people only focus on the negative, and I'm very much that way myself. And here's a good example. I got out of XRP. Here's a perfect example of how illogical and stupid people are. And I'm going to use me as an example of how dumb I am, right? I've been doing this for every single day, you guys. My wife, my work, and crypto. That's my entire life right there. Nothing else. I don't hang out with friends. I don't, you know, sometimes I guess rarely, but this is my life. And now with 2020, it makes me have an excuse to be more of a, you know, shelter in or whatever you want to call it. But, oh crap. Hold on, my audio's getting an error. Okay, I think I'm good. Sorry, I'm not sure if let me make sure I'm still streaming. My streaming service just gave me an error. Okay, looks like we're still good. Crap, now I forgot what I was even saying. Anyways, if you don't believe in the technology and you don't believe in Bitcoin and you're only in it to get rich, then it's going to be really easy to pull your money out and give that excuse and whatever. So you got to kind of understand what this technology is, what these companies are trying to accomplish, and try to look be as forward thinking as possible, and imagine what could happen in the future if these projects succeeded. And I might be wrong on a lot of them. I've been doing this a long time. And I do think these are my winners, everything I talked about today. And I'm hoping in a couple years I can replay this stream and be like, this is the stream I talked about all the projects. You know, if you would have thrown $1,000, if you would have thrown $100 in each one of these, you know, type of videos, right? And who knows, but I think I finally found something that I'm fully on board with. That makes sense, and all the problems that have existed are finally being resolved with a lot of companies that are finally coming out with working projects. So we'll see what happens. And I'm going to do all my trades live on Twitter. So if I fall on my face and I'm an idiot, you guys will all be there to laugh at me. But that way I can just be upfront with everybody and exactly what's going on. And I have found that something I really desire, and it has become. I did a really good trade the other day. Okay, oh yeah, sorry, my irrationalism. That's what I was talking about. I pulled out of XRP at 21 cents, 20 cents, 20 to 22 cents, something like that. And then it went up to 30 cents, right? I missed all those gains. I've been holding this stupid coin for so long, and finally I had so many projects spread across. I need some money, and I decided to pull it from my XRP, and then it pumped like the next day, right? It was like so dumb, right? Maybe not next day. It was like a week later, but it just ticked me off. But I put that money into XOR at $11. And it's currently at 95 or 100, right? And at the time when I was bumming out, it was like 130, 120, right? So this is how irrational people are. I've been doing this so long. I understand how dumb this is, and yet I can't stop it. I got mad because I missed out on like a 30% gain. It didn't matter to me that 30% gain turned into a 10x gain, right? A 1,000% gain, right? That didn't occur to me. What occurred to me was I missed my losses. What I thought was, hey, if I would have stayed in a couple of days and got the gains and then thrown that money into XOR, then it would have been even more money, right? That's what bums me out. And so I'm depressed. Not depressed, that's the wrong word, but bummed out or down. That's also the wrong word, because I don't actually get down or bummed out about any of this stuff anymore. I'm not emotionally involved or connected. Like, again, I lost so much money the other day. And I was like laughing about it, because it's like, I feel like this is a game right now, and I'm just like trying to get the highest score. That's not the best way to look at it, but if I get the highest score, I can get $1 million house. So I'm going to play this game the best I can, right? And learn about these projects and try to find the best ones that'll, help build this ecosystem. So, but anyways, I've been doing this a while, and I do think these are the projects, and I just want you guys to be careful with them as well, though, because just because I'm bullish doesn't mean I don't know I know what I'm talking about. So I would take these projects, do some research, throw them on YouTube, and type in the word scam. Every one of these projects, type in Google, Kusama, scam, Polkadot, scam, chainlink, scam, and just see what's out there. By the way, there's a lot of people posting fake articles on chainlink to try to make them look like they're a scam. It's kind of funny. Zeus Capital is trying to short sell them. I mean, you can't try to be honest. They're like, we're trying to do the right thing, and we're not going to quit. These people are trying to scam you, and we are here to do the right thing. And then they have millions of dollars trying to short the project. So it's like, really? Your heart's only in the right intention. You're going to make millions, tens of millions of dollars if everybody pulls out of the project, but you don't mention that, right? So anyways, be careful with that FUD, right? But yeah, look at both the opposing voices, make your own decision, and I would absolutely figure out how to use Uniswap. With your Ether wallet. So uniswap.org, launch the app. I made a video on it, how to do it, how to work it, how to put money into your Ether wallet, MetaMask wallet up here, and then launch the app and trade those tokens. So if you end up doing it, I have a video teaching you how. But it would make me really sad if I became like a multimillionaire and I was the only one. None of my friends, no one went on that journey with me. That would just super bum me out. I try to work out, and it's like, but I get a bunch of guys together and we all go to the gym together. It makes me want to do it more because we're all doing it together. And so I would love to, help a lot of people get out of financial problems, but I could just as easily put people in even more financial problems. So I'm just here to give education and show new projects, and then hopefully you guys do your research from then on and figure out if the project makes sense to you or not. So I've been live streaming for like a gazillion years. I'm gonna hop off now. Let me see. People keep talking about being shadow banned, and they say if you stream for like more than an hour, you can get like your live stream won't pop up, but I've never seen that happen to me, but maybe it's because I'm insignificant. I need to upgrade my computer. I have the parts for it. I just need to spend like 3 hours to do it, and I'm like, ugh. Oh, cool. Still shows I'm live. Sweet. Well, appreciate the 2 people watching. That's it for now. I am going to start live streaming. I've done it once, but I am going to start live streaming more on, wait, do you guys see like my screen? Okay, yeah, right here. So I have my Twitch. I'm going to start researching projects more live. A lot of times I'm not in a place where the audio is good, or, you know, there might be people over, I might be hanging out with whatever, or I don't know. So but in times where I have some, you know, alone time or quiet time or whatever the case, then I can I'll hop on more on Twitch, and then I'll just research projects and kind of just do what I do to find these projects, and that way you can get some help on researching as well, or whatever the case if you're new. So that is it. I'm actually really excited about these projects. We've seen like 2 or 3 weeks of really downhill, maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. 1 week seems like a year in crypto, but I'm hoping a lot of these projects will turn around, so we'll see what happens. But who cares about the next week, right? These are projects that I'm looking forward to in the following months and years. So yep, I guess that's it for me. Let me make sure there's no more questions. Cool. So yeah, I guess that's it. I will see you guys at the next stream. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye.